The Mega Man Dual Override Robot Master Design Contest is so cool! Mix Man, a robot created for a chemical investigation. They use different potions, a green mix used for a slippery surface, red mix used to make explosives, blue mix used to make a cryogenic cloud, yellow mix used to make a paralyzing mist. The stage has chemical containers for a Mix Man to use for his creations and throw them at Mega Man. And we even get a buster weapon, which looks cool. I would assume the vacuum here sucks up some chemicals, processes through this really cool design, and I love the transparency. We even have like the little potion head thing, and then I guess uses it to make these potion or mixes. I don't know what you're supposed to call these things, but these glass bottles with mysterious liquids. And yeah, this is a great Robot Master. Once again, we're seeing amazing entries from the start. Also, do not forget to support the artists. These guys are working very hard on these designs, and I want to support all of them. So if you have a design you want to see in this video, send it to me on Twitter or join my Discord to share your arts in general, because I would love to see it. Gutterman, a home improvement unit built to help home repairs and renovations. Gutterman is not afraid to get his hands dirty to make all the clients' homes all the more comfortable. His pipe arm can suck up leaves and grime from any cracks and crevice. Some say he's got some companions living in his shoulder gutters underneath the gunk. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. A leaf vacuum plus blower? The creatures do pop out. That's crazy. And what a creative and unique design here. We see he's designed like a house right here. We see the little bungalow window. We see the DIY toolbox. You see the cool shoes with the water spouts, leaf blower, vacuum arm thing, and gutter shoulder pads. This is sick. This is amazing. Once again, I'm just so impressed by how creative everyone is with these limitations of having like a vacuum arm. Some people have been commenting asking why do they all have vacuum arms? That's what Capcom asked for, and to see how creative people have gotten with this limitation is just incredibly impressive. And once again, shoutouts to the artists. Here we have Stinger Man, and I love the colors here. We don't really get to see a description of how their powers would work, but I love this design. I love the colors. It almost looks like a transformer a little bit with a Samus visor. Obviously, we see the bug-looking eyes that also look like leaves, and this is just great all around. I'm a big fan of this one. Next up is Grudge Woman, and no, she's not a nurse. She has a crush on Metal Man and once misunderstood him as a dentist, kind of like myself if you've seen any of my videos. Because of that, she asked Dr. Wily to design her with a medical theme so she could match him. Not long after, she discovered that Metal Man being a dentist was nothing more than an internet's meme. Now all of her grudge is directed towards Mega Man. She has a grudge syringe, a weapon designed to suck energy out of robots. Ooh, okay, that's always fun. Now we got like a Shade Man type Robot Master, once again, that steals your health. P.S. She still likes Metal Man anyway, alright. She's incredibly fast but can barely walk in a normal posture because of her nurse high heels. Still, she chooses to keep wearing them anyway just for the extra grudge. This is sick. I love this design. The art is amazing, an amazing drawing, a very creative idea. I love the little Wily, I don't know what they're called, but the thing they put in your hair. That looks cool. The color palette is amazing. I'm a big fan of it. Of course, the nurse outfit looks good as well. The syringe having the actual energy meter that we see in Mega Man is amazing too. Big fan of this one. Here we have Hood Woman, a security bot whose cute appearance causes thieves to let down their guard before striking them with special suction cannon. But after getting captured and reprogrammed by Dr. Wily, she's now a ruthless hunter. She has sonar hearing, heat detection vision, suction arms, sucks up electricity, and shoots out static waves. Has a tail that wags when she's in a good mood. She looks like Red Riding Hood plus a wolf, and she is a secretive tsundere. I do like this one. I love the Red Riding Hood inspiration, and we can see the wolf design in here as well. I love the suction arm right here. I love the backstory. I love the colors. The design is amazing as well. Having sonar hearing is going to be super overpowered, so this will be a great one to see in Mega Man Dual Override. Next up is Idol Woman. Advanced Robotics have brought this member of the virtual pop sensation, the Navies, to life. Nice Battle Network Easter egg there. This Robot Master specializes in making music with her specialized accordion that seems to make everything in her stage to the rhythm of the beat. Ooh, that makes it, oh, I wonder if it'd be like, what is it, Crypt of the Necromancer? They have like a Zelda version. Maybe, I don't know the name of it, but like the whole game is to the beat. I wonder if they could make a stage like that out of this Robot Master. That would be amazing. But being the most timid of the group, she wasn't so popular with her previous audience, but maybe joining this next day robot band would lead to more success. And look at this design. Amazing art. I love this color palette. We got some nice high heels here as well. Microphone little buns right here, which looks sick. Even got some colorful bangs. And the accordion suction cup thing, that is just so cool. I'm still blown away by how creative you guys' takes have been on the suction cup thing, because if you saw my video designing a Robot Master, I just was like, I don't know, I want Waterman. But this is so cool. Like, how do you even think of something like this? This is so impressive. And we also get the piano skirts as well, and a microphone little bow tie. I guess that's what it is. With microphones on the shoulder pads. I love this one. This is an amazing design. Quicksand Woman. Originally a security sentry assigned to restricted facilities, facilities for humanely trapping intruders and trespassers in her sticky quicksand pits made just deep enough to hold them until authorities arrive. They are naturally pulled in by her allure as well as her ability. Her malleable right hand can form a swirling wet sand vortex made to pull in Mega Man and his projectiles. She can also induce liquefaction and manipulate the ground on the battlefield. Her powers intensify when she submerges herself. That's crazy. This would be a super fun boss fight. And the lore is amazing too, and not even to mention the art style. I love this. Another creative use of the vacuum arm, using it as quicksand right here, which does count. This makes sense by all accounts. And this design is so cool. And the art is so impressive once again. And like I said in the other videos, we do need some more women robot masters, so I would love to see that representation. All we have is Splash Woman. I mean, come on, we gotta have some more women robot masters. It's not fair. Anyway, I am a big fan of this one. Quicksand Woman is super cool, an amazing design, super creative, and I hope we get to see her in Mega Man Dual Override. Chamber Man, a robot with built-in pressurizing chamber. Anything he vacuums up with his nozzle arm can be condensed, sublimated, and dispensed. Sublimated is a very fancy word. Chamber Man is a gentleman robot with a built-in pressurized vacuum tank. He has a steampunk look and a bad temper. He looks really cool. He almost looks like he would be in Rockman and Forte. He kind of has like the Magic Man plus Ground Man vibe. And this artwork is so good. I mean, I know these are like, this is like the shading, but these kind of like line arts without shading are always so impressive to me. And with the shading, it looks even better. We see he is in fact a dapper gentleman. When he gets mad, his pressure gauge peaks. He has hands that can retract. And of course, we see the gauge right here. We see the nice monocle design. We see the suction cup thing. This is a very cool robot master. Once again, there has not been a single robot master I've seen so far in any of these videos that I do not want to see. So Mega Man fans are going to be eating good. This contest is amazing so far. Nebula Woman was a deep space research and exploration robot built with a vacuum arm for collecting various space materials. While being a rather simple design for a robot master, she very closely resembles Mega Man himself. Due to being built for space far from human eyes, she sought individuality. Using samples she has collected of Nebula, she creates artificial hair and dresses to express herself and look as beautiful as the space around her. We can see her Nebula dress and hair right here, which is super cool, and a vacuum arm for collecting samples, so we have a very nice lore reason to have a vacuum arm. And I do like the design, even though it does look kind of like Mega Man. I do like that. I feel like we don't have a lot of robot masters that look similar to Mega Man. I guess Shadow Man kind of, Flash Man kind of, but not really. And this is cool. And the idea to use like Nebula clouds, like actual gas to like customize a dress and hair, like I can see that changing if like the mood gets intense, like maybe she's losing the battle or something. I don't know. I see a lot of potential with this design, and I am a big fan of it, and the art is very good as always. Rumbleman, originally designed as a cleaning robot for industrial purposes. However, after witnessing the countless losses of replacements of other companions created under the same objectives, due to the arrival of more modern and efficient models, he decided to change his appearance as an act of rebellion, thus adopting the name of Rumbleman, and grouping together with other discarded robots, eventually becoming their leader. He harbors a particular dislike for those who dare to question the effectiveness of his cleaning work or underestimates him, presenting himself as a rough guy or even aggressive under certain circumstances. Despite this, he possesses a strong sense of camaraderie towards those who have faced similar situations to his own or those of other discarded robots, with whom he adopts a much more friendly and easygoing attitude. And here we see his nice little vacuum arm, which looks sick. Of course, he even has a mohawk, which is super cool, very fitting for being a rebellion robot. We see him sucking up a Met. Oh my gosh, leave the Mets alone. Never mind, he's petting the Met. He changes his mind, but now he's angry in this one. So we have some great art as usual, a very cool looking design. I don't know if you've seen a robot master with this color palette since like Quicksand, so I love this color palette with the black and yellow and, you know, the metal. So this is sick. I'm once again a big fan of this robot master. Slap Man, a sport-themed robot master based on popular Canadian sport hockey, equipped with suction powers and the ability to generate balls or pucks to fire at Mega Man. After his defeat in soccer and Mega Man Soccer 1994, I just made a video on that, go check it out. Dr. Wily created Slap Man to help him dominate the world of hockey. Using the powers of air hockey technology, Slap Man can hover across any surface. That is super cool. I would love to see some movement like this in an actual boss battle. I love there's a nozzle right here and you can generate balls or pucks. This design is super sick. He looks exactly like what I think Wily would design a robot master for if it was for hockey or something. And this really makes me want a Mega Man hockey game or just more Mega Man sports games in general, because I don't know if you saw my Mega Man soccer video, but I did end up enjoying that game, even though it was kind of stupid. And there's been a canceled Mega Man golf game that recently leaked, so I'd love to talk about that if you guys are interested. But yeah, this is a great robot master. They did a great job. I love the art, I love the design, I love the colors, I love the story. Everything about this is super cool. Steam Man, with a hybrid power system of steam and future technology, he converts energy into water, evaporating it and releasing hot steam. Steam Man has two modes, Crane mode, clean and blue lights, where he uses his right arm to attack and absorb energy, and vapor mode, red light, water starts evaporating, where he uses steam attacks released from the vents around his body and his drones. We can see examples of the blue light and the red light right here. His right arm is a mechanical suction claw made of 47 drones. The drones detach from his arm and can be used as projectiles propelled by their steam it releases, leaving a trail. The drones are controlled by electromagnetism from Steam Man's left hand. His signature attack is Steam Vortex. His spinning drones create a giant tornado that engulfs and burns anything it traps. He can also use his drones to create a small typhoon around him, allowing him to float temporarily. This is incredibly cool. First of all, 47 drones! 47 drones! That's ridiculous! Also, I love the idea of having like a blue light mode and a red light mode depending on like what he's doing. That's so cool. Not to mention the 47 drones is cool as well. They kind of look like that Mega Man X6 Maverick, the Rainy Turtleoid. They kind of look like Rainy Turtleoid just a little bit. But that is such a creative idea, especially for a suction cup arm. And then using these same suction powers to make him fly, that is so cool. This is one of the most creative ones we've seen so far, I think. And the art, once again, is amazing. Huge fan of this one. Slots Man, or Gambling Man, is a robot master that is exactly what it sounds like. Generally, he was designed with children in mind, giving them toys if they pull his left arm. In the casino, he was also used as a bank trade personnel to exchange chips with credits. His main weapon is the right arm, which he uses as a cannon. His special weapon is the Luck Gatling, with what he spits out of fast-firing motion chips. He also sucks them in other items like small enemies or even Mega Man if he's too close, his HP, and shoots it out like a cannon. By doing so, he becomes invincible due to his alert light on his head. Likes winning people, dislikes when the bank him wins too often. He is a clean freak. Now, I love gambling, and I also love Gambling Man, or Slot Man in English apparently. I love that the visor changes colors. This is a very fun design. I like that we can see a demonstration of how a suction arm works right here that apparently can bring in small enemies or even Mega Man if he's too close, and I feel like this right here on his chest could be a very cool gimmick for a boss fight. For example, if you get Met ×2, he just shoots out 2 Mets in Mega Man, making the fight, a little more fun. I think that's an incredibly creative gimmick, and this would be a super fun boss fight just game design wise, so even though I may be biased because I love gambling, I am a big fan of this one. And the color palette is very cool too. I love this shade of blue mixed with the darker blue and the reds and the greens. This is great, and the art's amazing too as well. Big fan of this robot master. Chromatic Man. This is a bot built for painting buildings and billboards. He changes colors for each attack he throws at Mega Man. Any shot Mega Man makes with his color buster, it changes with his color. That is sick. I was actually wondering how that was going to work, so I'm glad we get an answer there because that's extremely cool. Weapon name once obtained is Ink Tank. Chromatic Man absorbs paints from walls and other objects by mimicking their color code and uses it as ammo. Ooh, this could be very interesting. So picking up like yellow in the background shoots some kind of lightning, it looks like. Pink would be like Bounce Man's weapon. Blue would be water. I'm sure we could see red being fire. You get the idea. That's an incredibly creative concept. Using the vacuum suction thing as a way to suck up colors to make unique attacks, that is sick. And this design is amazing as well. The head designed after an ink blot, I assume, and changed. It looks like a printer with like printer cartridges, CMYK even. So if we saw something like this would be sick. I love this idea. I love colors are like one of my favorite things. That's why Mega Man was almost called Rainbow Man, for goodness sake. And the weapon changing colors too is super cool. I don't know how Capcom would implement that, but I would love to see it. Any robot master that has dynamic changing in the fight, like colors or facial expressions or whatever, is gonna be a huge I'm gonna be a huge fan of it. So I'm gonna be a huge fan of this guy. I love this design, and again, I can't even pick a favorite so far because they're all so cool. Drain Man, formerly a waste disposal robot capable of draining and filtering toxic waste from large bodies of water using his long sliding hydraulic pump arm. Drain Man is capable of removing all the water from the boss arena, forcing Mega Man to adapt to his changing jump physics mid-boss fight. That's insane. I already love that. And we can see an example of this right here. This would be amazing. He can also reach Mega Man from a distance, pulling him in with great suction force and throwing him around like a rag doll. His large chest cannon can fire toxic waste or return all the water to the boss room in one powerful blast. His stage is a sewage plant, kind of like Acid Man, I assume, or even Pump Man. Drain Met. Oh, they're Drain Mets? Okay, this is just going the extra mile. This design is already amazing. The art is already amazing. It's already incredibly creative. We even see an example of the boss fight, which looks super fun. The color palette's amazing. We see the boss icon, and now you're gonna make a special Met as well? Oh my goodness, this is an amazing entry. Obviously, I'm a big fan of this guy, but Capcom, if you're watching this or you end up stumbling upon this, you better make this Drain Met. If this gets picked, you better make the Drain Met. I want to see it. Polar Man was an advanced robot created to work in extreme glacial regions. His original function was to keep research stations running in in the Arctic using turbines on his back to generate constant energy and regulate the surrounding climate, creating a stable and safe ice field. With his ice power, he controlled snowstorms and froze structures to prevent collapses. However, after being reprogrammed by evil forces, Polar Man became an ice boss using his abilities to attack Mega Man. Now, he transforms the cold into a weapon, firing freezing blasts and using the turbines to move quickly across the ice. And this looks cool. I love his mohawk. Once again, big fan of the mohawks. I love how there's actually a giant turbine on the shoulder pad. The art is amazing. The color design is amazing. I like ice bosses in general. And this just seems like an overall cool boss. I'd love to see an ice boss like this. The helmet kind of looks like a football helmet, like American football helmet, which I think is actually a good thing. I really like this one. I like ice bosses, so maybe I'm a little biased, but big fan of Polar Man. Contaminate Man, originally created to decontaminate areas of all kinds of toxic gases. This robot master has an arm cannon that sucks up hazardous chemicals, but now, thanks to the tampering of Dr. Wily, he can now fill areas with said poisonous gases, creating a dangerous area for combat. Watch out, Mega Man, you'll need more than a gas mask for this bot. The weapon you get is a noxious shotgun, releases a blast of smoke that damages an enemy caught in the range over time. I don't know if we've ever had a weapon like this. Am I crazy? Am I just forgetting one? Like Burner Man is kind of close, but that's like a flamethrower, not like smoke. So this is super cool already. We've never seen a robot master with this type of design or like this type of weapon kit or whatever you want to call it. And I love the art style. We got a really like scary looking cloak. I mean, that's probably not the right word, but you know what I mean. It fits the design very well. We see the caution signs and the transparency here as well. Nice looking shoes that kind of look like scary bugs that would live in an environment that's full of noxious gases. We see the suction cup again that sucks up the noxious gases and lets him release it. It kind of reminds me of the Princess and the Frog, the Shadow Man a little bit, just a little bit, not really, but I like that and I like that movie. So this is a great design. I'm a big fan once again. Smog Man, a robot designed specifically to purify air, malfunctioned for unknown reasons that can no longer operate normally, only releasing exhaust gases. And I love this art style. I think this was drawn on actual paper, which I should have done for my robot master. If you saw, I'm terrible at drawing on the computer especially, but this is cool. I love that we see an eyeball right here. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, we don't have a lot of information. I mean, they clearly shoot out smog and like toxic gas and stuff. And I love that we get to see the sprites as well as what it look like is like in a Mega Man X 16-bit game. This is sick. And again, this pencil work is incredible. I am a big fan of this type of artwork and it's done incredibly well. Even these like dreads for hair is like smoke. And or these, no, the eyes are right here. These look like the eyes for a second, but there is a hidden eye right here. So this is more like a helmet, even though there's a giant eye right here. This is a sick design. I love this. This is so cool. Toon Woman, made after the popular mascot of a TV show, Toon Woman worked at an amusement park, entertaining many visitors who came to see her. Her buster housed in an experimental storage compartment, which she uses for simple magic tricks to entertain her guests. Toon Woman's body is quite durable and made of malleable material to emulate a cartoon character. Alright, this is sick, and I don't know if you guys ever talked about power scaling when it comes to anime or video game characters or whatever, but there's a thing called Toon Force, which I'm not going to get into, but that makes this character incredibly powerful, more than many of you might realize. And of course, this design is super cool. It kind of reminds me of like Mickey Mouse or the Animaniacs, but it's off enough to where Capcom shouldn't have any problems making this a unique master. And here we see an alternate attack, the Toon Tackle, using some kind of force right here to fly on top of her own gun arm, somehow inhaling stuff, I guess Mega Man's energy, can grab, shake, and toss Mega Man. Insane. And if she misses, she hits the wall and gets dizzy. That would be super cool to see. This boss fight seems like it would be super fun. I wish Capcom could just take all of these bosses and maybe release like a mini game or something where we could play against like 100 bosses in a row. I don't know. I know that Capcom won't do that, but that would be cool. And if Capcom will inevitably only pick one, but I would love to see like Mega Man fan games working with these artists and being like, hey, you had an amazing design, artist. I would love to use your design in my fan game. Because if we started to see that, oh my goodness. I just want to see these designs playable, you know? It doesn't matter if it's an official game or a fan game. I mean, obviously, an official game would be better. I'm sure the artists agree. But just seeing, I want to play these. I'm sad that we only get to play one of these bosses, you know? I don't know. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Toon Woman, of course. Turbine Man was built by Dr. Wily with the purpose of generating power for his evil bases by creating whirlpools using his powerful turbine on his right arm. While providing power, he also makes the waters around Dr. Wily's base too treacherous treacherous to traverse by ship. Turbine Man is a large, hefty robot master. His chassis houses a portable power plant, making him, to date, the only electrical-themed robot master built by Dr. Wily with the most electrical power, so he's breaking world records already. And you can tell by this design, that is a giant generator right there, a power generator. And again, this is the same color palette as Elect Man, which we don't see very often in Mega Man unless I'm mistaken. But this art is very good. I love this art right here, and this art right here is of course amazing as well. I love that we get to see the gauge right here. We get to see different levels of power, I guess. I wonder if this would coincide in the boss fight at all. Very unique design, using the suction cup as a literal turbine, the wind turbine, to generate electricity is super amazing. We see a little lightning right here and the smoke coming out. This is sick. A great robot master once again. Turbine Woman is next though, and oh my goodness. A wind-powered robot with the ability to speed through the air with a jet turbine framework. She can move in the blink of an eye by pulling air into her arm. Her fins can unfold to catch the wind. Her arm can pull in. And this design is also sick. Very aerodynamic. I assume we'll be seeing this thing fly into the air a bunch, which would be very fun. I wonder if this boss fight would be similar to Tengu Man, but this is a much sleeker design than Tengu Man, and I like Tengu Man's design. Also kind of reminds me of Airman with the fan right here, but I guess it is a turbine. But yeah, I love this. I love the helmet right here. I love the visor. I love the color design being more like an airplane. Like, this looks like if an airplane turned into a robot master, and this is sick. Once again, I love this design. It is amazing. Snatch Man, art and jewel thief robot that loves sneaking into museums to take anything he can vacuum out with his Snatch Buster, and if it can feel in his Snatch bad. A robot created for an underground network of art and jewel thieves. He has a rivalry with Pirate Man to see whose stash is bigger. I'll take it to admire it from up close. Good point, cultured, bad point, touchy, likes heist movies and dislikes Fake Man because he's a cop. Now this is cool. It almost reminds me of Mercury from Mega Man V or Rockman World V on the Game Boy, because that guy had a buster that could literally steal stuff from you, including energy tanks, which is crazy. And then the weapon you got from that did the same thing by stealing health from enemies, so that's super cool. Except this time the design actually leans into it instead of being based off a planet or a Roman god, as we discussed in the video I made on it. And I love this like classic robber design here. We get the, you know, the evil mustache, the little eye mask, you know, the beret looking all French and stuff, with the snatch bag right here and the suction cup, of course. This is an amazing design. We even see stripes here, maybe to represent like the striped white, black and white striped prison uniforms you had to wear back in the day. Well, hopefully you didn't have to wear them back in the day, but you get what I mean. And I love this design. Bank Man is probably Snatch Man's best dream. Designed as a literal mobile bank, Bank Man uses his mnemonic tube to process checks in exchange for valuable zinni, as well as store any valuables. Using a pneumatic tube, Bank Man uses suction to receive paper checks or anything capsule shaped in exchange for cold hard zinni. And it's just like those things at the bank. I don't even know if they have these anymore, but those were so cool to just put stuff out. I love that that's incorporated into the suction thing. That's incredibly creative. We see another bag right here to actually store the zinni or the checks. Dr. Wily throws him a check and he shoots out zinni, woohoo. As well as straight up cash, apparently, which Dr. Wily's face is on. I guess he took over completely. We see him T-posing right here, which I love to see. We get to see a full design like a vault right here on the chest, as well as a keyhole on the back. Apparently, he can even throw bags full of zinni at people as an attack. That's cool. There's him and Mega Man hanging out, but Mega Man shoots his hat off. That would be cool to see in a boss fight. Big fan of this one, though I do think it would be funny if this and Snatch Man both made it in. I like to see them duke it out. I don't know. I like this design. Janitor Man. Tidy personality, can't stand filthy places, acid water spray bottle, vacuum cleaner for an arm. Dr. Wily ran out of money again, so he modified his cleaning robot, and now he can clean and destroy Mega Man. And this is cool. We got a vacuum cleaner arm. He's second up an E-tank right there. Hopefully he can give that to Mega Man. And like I said, the acid water spray bottle would probably be the main attack here, as we can see Mega Man not enjoying getting sprayed like this. Not a big fan of how I see. Has a little duster on his back. You like a sword? That's pretty sick. And we see his fingerprints right here. All right, maybe we'll catch him in a heist or something. But this is a really cool design. I mean, Janitor Man is kind of unassuming by name, but I really do love this design. I love the simplicity of it, and I love the art style, and it's well drawn, and like simple things like this toolkit with like, I don't know, like it looks like a utility belt Batman would have, but it's just simple things like a cloth and, you know, whatever's in here. I can see this turning into a very fun boss fight, and I love this design. Ventman, a Titan-sized robot for industrial cooling of water and air. The vortex he creates vacuums Mega Man can propel him away. He can also blast cold water and shoot frozen projectiles. Okay, oh, and we can see a little ice snowflake right here. And apparently he can suck Mega Man in and blow away with these sketches. He can shoot snow at him as well, as we can see it landing on Mega Man's metal because he's an air and water cooler. And this guy's huge. What a great design. I like that he has like a mask to breathe somehow, even though, you know, he's a robot. And this color design is amazing. A mix of like the green for like the vents and industrial stuff with the blue and purple for the ice. Very creative here, very well drawn. And the fact that he's this much bigger than Mega Man is also cool because once again, we don't see a lot of Robot Masters that are bigger than Mega Man to this extent. Like, yeah, there's Frostman, I suppose, but this reminds me more like Rainy Turtleoid, like I talked about earlier. And Rainy Turtleoid is huge. I don't know if you guys played Mega Man X6. Most of you haven't. And, you know, I do think Mega Man X6 is underrated, but I understand if you haven't played it. I'm not going to tell you to play it. But this is cool. I like this idea. It's very creative, and I love that it's way bigger than Mega Man. I'm sure this boss fight would be very fun. Dummy thick as well. Grab Man, a robot made for a University of Arts and Robots project. A project involved assembling a robot from scrap metal found in the trash. Young Lucia found old Robot Master parts. After assembling the robots on the day the art project was due, Scrap Man was stolen by Dr. Wily, and oh my goodness, what a design we have here. First of all, the amalgamation of all these beautiful colors done so well is just, I'm a big fan of this. We can see little bits of cracks, so you can know it's scrap metal and like built from broken robots. And we see parts of Robot Masters we've seen all over the place. Like, this is obviously Burst Man right here. This, I believe, is Slash Man from Mega Man 7. This looks like a combination of, like, Freeze Man and I don't even know who else. There's a Bomb straight from Bomb Man, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure Junk Man's in here. I mean, he has to be, right? I can't even recognize where all of these are from, but the two different shoes is just sick looking. I mean, we have claws on this foot, and then we just have a shoe over here with diamonds. Maybe it's from Crystal Man or Jewel Man. I don't even know. I could look at this all day and look for Easter eggs. I love this design. There's even a little guy up here. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. I like it. We got some beans. Is that beans right there? It's probably not. It's probably not beans, but it's cool. It's definitely cool. I would love to see this into the game because, like, I know it's like a rehash of other designs, but first of all, again, I can look at this all day looking for Easter eggs, so I love this design, but it would be so cool to see how unique this would be in a Mega Man boss battle by using all of the other Robot Masters put together with their attacks, all of their weaknesses maybe. Maybe this Robot Master could be weak to multiple things. I don't know, but the possibilities are endless. I love this design, and I have to stop talking about it or else the video will be an hour long. Oasis Woman. Its long arm has the ability to drill into the ground and extract groundwater. After purifying the water stored in its body, it helps develop oases and rescue people in the desert. Well, that seems like a nice robot. Hopefully Dr. Wily doesn't corrupt it, but surely he will, and wow, what a beautiful design. This looks straight out of an anime. Just the art style is amazing here. We see the actual water. I mean, it's kind of similar to Water Woman, but much better than my design. The suction cup here mixed with spikes around it as well to probably do multiple types of attacks. I love the visor here. We can see the green eyes underneath of the blue visor. The red hair kind of looks like Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but I don't know. You know, is this based on the sand for an oasis? That's sick. And look, we see a comic right here of her saving a Met's life. That's incredible. I love this design. I feel like the boss fight would also be incredibly fun, and just every design I see is just so cool. I can't help but like all of these. I can't pick one. Retro Man, a 90s technology inspired Robot Master that pixelizes objects and his opponents by sucking them in with his digitalizer cable. Head is a computer monitor and ears are telephones. Shoulders are speakers where his voice comes from. Okay, this is sick. Disc launching gloves because why not? I love the facial expressions right here. I love the digitizer cable as well. Chest is a projector / digital printer that launches the subject transformed into pixels to repel them or make them weaker. That's incredibly cool. Mouse-like feet that slide on the ground. That's such a cool design. I even love the tie here fitting the style back in the 90s. And of course, all the computer stuff is based on those old, like, big, you know, we see gaming computers today with all their RGB, but back then they looked like this and it was great. I have one still. The digitizer cable that sucks objects, energy, and other robots. And we can shoot out literal pellets. Maybe they're 8-bit as well. Skating on the mice feet is so sick. Can digitize, no slide, no charge. Oh, that's such a cool idea. I wonder if in the boss fight, Retro Man could be an 8-bit sprite or maybe a 16-bit sprite while everyone else is a 3D model in Mega Man Duel Red, as we've seen. And as we see right here in concept, if Mega Man gets digitized, Mega Man turns 8-bit as well. That would be amazing, especially taking away the slide and charge shot. That would make this boss fight incredibly fun on top of a very unique design and amazing art as well. I love this one. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite of this video because there's been so many, but it's definitely up there, and I would love to see this Robot Master get featured in Mega Man Dual Override. But anyway, I think that's enough for today, or I'm gonna go crazy looking at all these designs. If I didn't get to your art, please send it to me on Twitter. I don't have time to look at all of them. I try my best to look at all the notifications, but join my Discord, send me your designs on Twitter, and I'll try to include them in the next video. But until then, I hope you enjoy this video. Please go support the artists in this video. Comment down below what your favorite Robot Master is, and subscribe, of course. course. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a great time looking at all these custom robot masters, and I could really get carried away, but I don't want to do too many of these videos because the contest is over, but I will do at least one more, maybe two, depending on how many entries we missed. But let me know in the comments. And again, if I missed your design, I just need you to send it to me on Twitter. I tried to look at all the ones in my Twitter mentions, so please don't get mad at me if your design is not in the video. I did what I can. I try my best. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this video.